Welcome in, guys, to where I preview every single NFL team's 2024 season. We're in the NFC South with the Carolina Panthers. Now, you look at them last year. Again, they got themselves. They drafted Bryce Young in 2023. So again, they needed to address the quarterback position. They got Bryce Young in 2023, and then Frank Reich was the head coach. You're thinking, oh, he did some good things. He did some okay things in Indiana. Let's see what he can do with the Carolina Panthers. And then you had the whole thing with David Templeman, where he was throwing drinks at fans. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, this ownership is just a dumpster fire. Anyway, they finished. The Carolina Panthers finished the NFC South 1-10. They only won one game all year. Last 10. They finished last of the NFC South. Frank Reich was fired midway through the season, and then ultimately it's a big reshuffle in the offseason. In the offseason, Scott Fritzer got fired. He was the GM. He was the guy that got the Bryce Young fucking quarterback deal over the line. Yeah, that's a great decision. And ultimately, the front office in the Carolina Panthers got a whole reshift. So they hired Shane Morgan as a GM, and then as the head coach, they hired Dave Canales. Dave Canales, former Buccaneers quarterback coach. This is Dave Canales' first head coaching job. So let's see what he can do with the young quarterback in Bryce Young. Speaking of Bryce Young, last year he had 2,877 passing yards. Not bad for a rookie year. Again, it wasn't C.J. Stroud's numbers. And you look at that quarterback class of C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, Will Levis, and Richardson. You're looking at it like C.J. Stroud is ahead of these guys by a mile. Maybe like Will Levis could get there, Anthony Richardson if he could stay healthy. But again, that 2023 quarterback class wasn't the best. Getting Bryce Young, who's 5'11", very small for a quarterback. He was racking up 2,877 passing yards, and he had 11 touchdowns in a really dumpster fire team. In the offseason, they make a big acquisition in the offseason. They added Miles Sanders, who again was part of the Eagles for a number of years. Again, has that winning mindset, which again this team needs. And then he's a good he's a good weapon for Bryce Young. Again, Bryce Young, he has to get at least 4,000 passing yards if he wants to be the guy in Carolina. He has to again prove me wrong. So again, I think he's just overrated. I think he should have been drafted number 1 overall. CJ Stroud should have been the number 1 guy, but anyway, I think, in my opinion, again, he's gonna prove a lot of people wrong that he is truly the guy. At 5'11", he can take a lot of hits because he's that short, but he's gonna prove that he is the guy, and at least get to 4,000 passing yards and just over. In the draft, again, what I did like about this Carolina Panthers draft is they addressed what they needed to address, is to get weapons for Bryce Young, which was the most important thing. Xavier Legette, I don't know how you said his name. Xavier Legette he's a wide receiver from South Carolina, and then you got Jonathon Brooks, a running back. Again, he's going to be a great competition for a Miles Sanders, and Miles Sanders and Jonathon Brooks are going to be a great, that's going to be to see how Jonathon Brooks does in the NFL. He's going to be doing great learning off Miles Sanders. Then they got Trevin Walker, linebacker from Kentucky. Javon Sanders, tight end, so again another addition at that tight end. And then you go further down in this draft, and then you go for Chad Smith he's a cornerback from Washington State. Then you look at the schedule. So you're looking at the first game of the year. They have the Saints at home, Saints on the road. So it's a tough road game in a division. It's a division game and it's a road game. So tough game there for the Carolina Panthers. Again, doing this when it's late. So apologies. Then they have a second week. It doesn't get any easier. They get a home game against the Chargers, against the Jim Harbaugh Chargers. So let's see what happens there. Week 3, they have the Raiders, so let's see what happens there. Then they've got the Bengals with a fully healed and fully healthy Joe Burrow. They have the Broncos week 5. Then they have the Chiefs week 12. Week 13 is the bye week. So again, you're looking at their opening few weeks of the season. You're like, I don't know where the first win's going to come from, to be honest. Like, they could probably beat the Saints, maybe beat the Broncos, but again, you're looking at the Raiders, the Chargers, the Bengals. Then you're going into week 12 and you're facing the reigning defensive champions, the Chiefs. Then you get a bye week, and then you're going to the Cowboys, and a few weeks after your bye week, you've got the Cowboys. Then you got the Bucks. Then you got the Bucks on 17. A division game, then you got the Falcons at the end of the season. So again, you're looking at really how many games are they going to really win out of them? Maybe they beat the Falcons, maybe they get a win over the Bucks. They got the Bucks twice. They had a bye week on week 4, by the way. So yeah, bye week on week 4, and then week 12 and 13 you have the Bucks. They have one home, one on the road. So again, it's a really tough schedule that again Dave Cannell's got. Let's see if you get the best out of Bryce Young.